Still bitching and moaning. What's up, everybody? Good to see y'all today. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. So I've been thinking a lot lately about music, of course, and the state we're in and how just horrible the industry is, and where we're going with it, and I've been doing some really deep thinking about it, and I think a big problem with music, and it's not just music, it's basically the entire society, our entire structure. It's all basically the same issue. And I think it came down to when the internet took over and people started to really get into their own little groups, focusing on one particular genre of music or one kind of food, whatever it is on the internet that there is. It's segmented us to the degree where we are completely separate from one another. We're so just self-absorbed in our own little groups. If you listen to jazz, chances are you're not going to ever be exposed to any hip-hop, and vice versa, and every other thing. It's just the way the algorithms work, they target you, they keep you focused into that little group. So you're only interacting with people who like the same thing you do. And that's a big part of the issue. People aren't going out, they're not exposed to other kinds of music, other cultures. And you think about culture, what happened to cultures? You have communities would have a certain style to them. People would go out, they go to certain bars. People listen to music. It was a group thing. And that's what's disappeared. That doesn't exist anymore. People are just so self-absorbed. They're just taking it in. There's so much out there, and why not? Amazing how much knowledge you can gain. But the problem is they're not giving it back out. They're just bringing it in, and it's just isolating them more and more and more. And that's the big divisions. It creates fragmentation. It's in every part of our society. I mean, look at politics. God Almighty, it's ridiculous. And it's not just the U.S. It's the world. Everybody in the world is the same now with the computers. They're all in their own little world. And I talk to people all over the world all the time. I have a buddy in Algiers, who's a that's the state we're in, and it's honestly not going to change, So what's the answer, honestly? And it's not easy. Well, I think as a basic part of our humanity, we grew up on the plains of Africa. We are tribal. We exist because of our community, and for us to be so isolated, so against our nature, that it's really a real issue. And I'm hoping that people will kind of revolt against all the isolation. Kids nowadays, they're turning away from AI. Maybe in the future they'll turn away from all this stuff. But in the meantime, get out there, support live music. I think that's a great way for people to interact culturally. Any kind of events where people can get together. Restaurants are one of the few places that people actually will, go and maybe even communicate to each other. But it sucks. It's just the way it is. And honestly, maybe we're changing. Maybe the human race we're going to end up being 1,000-year-old geniuses who just take in knowledge and cruise around the universe. It's probably our fate. Oh well. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, please leave them below. Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. You know what to do. Love you guys. Keep bitching. Love you. Bye.